137. The fall of Qin Shubao and the end of the Southern dynasties. When Emperor Wu of Qin founded the Qin dynasty, northern China was already undergoing major political changes. Eastern Wei and Western Wei had been replaced by Northern Qi and Northern Zhou, respectively. In 550 AD, Gao Yang, son of Eastern Wei's Chancellor Gao Huan, established Northern Qi. In 557 AD, Yuan Ju, son of Western Wei's Chancellor Yuan Tai, founded Northern Zhou. For years, Northern Qi and Northern Zhou fought each other, until Emperor Wu of Northern Zhou conquered Northern Qi, unifying the north. However, after Emperor Wu's death, his successor Emperor Xian of Northern Zhou proved to be tyrannical and incompetent. Seizing the opportunity, his father-in-law Yang Jian took power and, in 581 AD, established the Sui dynasty, becoming Emperor Wen of Sui. While the north was experiencing political turmoil, the Qin dynasty in the south enjoyed a brief period of stability and economic recovery. However, this prosperity came to an end under its last emperor, Qin Shubao, who would be remembered as one of the most incompetent rulers in Chinese history. Qin Shubao's decadent rule. Qin Shubao, known as Emperor Hozhu of Qin, was completely indifferent to governance. His only interests were drinking, poetry, and pleasure. He built 3 extravagant pavilions for his favorite concubines and surrounded himself with corrupt ministers such as Jiang Zong and Kong Fan, scholars more interested in entertainment than politics. His court was nothing more than a never-ending feast. He frequently hosted lavish banquets, drinking and composing poetry all night long. Thousands of palace maidens were trained to sing and perform the emperor's poetry. To sustain his extravagant lifestyle, he imposed severe taxes and ruthless extortion upon the common people. Starvation and displacement became widespread, and dead bodies littered the countryside. A concerned official, Fu Zai, submitted a memorial, warning: "The empire is collapsing. The people are suffering. If this continues, the southeastern kingdom will soon fall." Upon reading this, Qin Shubao flew into a rage. He sent a messenger to demand that Fu Zai retract his words. Fu Zai responded, "My heart is as unchangeable as my face. If my face could change, then so could my thoughts." Enraged, Qin Shubao ordered Fu Zai's execution. For 5 years, Qin Shubao indulged in absolute decadence, oblivious to the rising threat from the powerful and unified Sui dynasty in the north. Sui Emperor Wen's strategy to weaken Qin. Unlike his predecessor rulers in the north, Emperor Wen of Sui was a calculating and patient strategist. Rather than launching an immediate attack, he gradually weakened Qin's defenses through economic and psychological warfare. Each year, when the Qin farmers were about to harvest, Sui troops gathered at the border, pretending to invade. This forced Qin to mobilize its army, leaving the fields unharvested. At the last moment, the Sui forces would retreat without fighting. After several years, Qin's agriculture suffered, food supplies dwindled, and military morale collapsed. Small Sui forces raided grain depots, setting fire to food supplies, further crippling the Qin dynasty. By 588 AD, Sui had built a massive fleet of warships and was ready to launch a full-scale invasion. Sui's invasion of Qin. Emperor Wen of Sui personally ordered the attack, assembling 510,000 troops led by Prince Jin, Yang Guang, future Emperor Yang of Sui, Chancellor Yang Su, Generals Hirobi and Han Qinhu. Sui forces advanced in 8 different routes, preparing to cross the Yangtze River and strike at Qin's capital, Jiankang, modern Nanjing. To undermine Qin Shubao's legitimacy, Emperor Wen issued a public decree listing 20 crimes of the Qin emperor. 300,000 copies were distributed throughout the south, further eroding public support for the Qin dynasty. Sui waterborne forces, led by Yang Su, sailed down the Yangtze River on thousands of warships. The entire river was filled with Sui banners and gleaming armor, striking fear into Qin's defenders. Along multiple fronts, Sui forces swiftly reached the Yangtze, with Hirobi's troops reaching Jinko, Han Qinhu's forces arriving at Gushu. Qin Shubao's ignorance and cowardice. Despite the urgent warnings from his generals, Chen Shubao ignored the crisis. When emergency reports arrived, he didn't even bother to read them, casually tossing them under his bed. As the Sui army closed in, officials begged him to discuss military strategy. Finally, he reluctantly held a meeting. Chen Shubao dismissed their concerns, laughing. The southeast is a land of prosperity. Northern Qi and Northern Zhou attacked us before, but they all failed. The Sui army will be no different. His corrupt minister, Kong Fan, flattered him. His Majesty is absolutely right. We have the mighty Yangtze River. The Sui soldiers don't have wings, how could they possibly cross it? Instead of preparing for war, they continued drinking and feasting, mocking the idea of a Sui invasion. Sui captures Jiankang and the Qin Emperor flees. In January 589 AD, Sui forces launched their final assault. Hirobi's troops crossed the Yangtze from Guangling, capturing Jinko. Han Qinu's forces crossed from Hengjiang, reaching Kaisha. As Sui forces advanced on Jiankang, Chen Shubao finally panicked. Although he still had over 100,000 soldiers, his ministers had no military experience. He wept helplessly as the enemy stormed the capital. The Qin army crumbled, some soldiers surrendered, others fled, and resistance collapsed almost instantly. Sui troops raided the imperial palace, but Chen Shubao was nowhere to be found. After interrogating palace eunuchs, they learned that the emperor had fled to the rear palace gardens and hidden in a dry well. Soldiers rushed to the well. Looking down, they saw someone hiding below. They called out, "Come out, or we'll throw in a rock." Hearing this, Chen Shubao screamed in terror. The soldiers lowered a rope, pulling him out, along with his two favorite concubines. The end of the Qin dynasty and the reunification of China. With Chen Shubao captured, the Qin dynasty officially fell, marking the end of the southern dynasties. From the fall of the Western Jin dynasty in 316 AD, China had endured 270 years of division. Now, under Emperor Wen of Sui, the country was finally reunified in 589 AD. The Sui dynasty would now usher in a new era of centralized imperial rule, paving the way for one of China's greatest dynasties, the Tang dynasty. 138. Zhao Chua, a judge who upheld the law. After Emperor Wen of Sui unified China, he implemented various reforms to strengthen imperial rule. He restructured the bureaucracy and military, established the imperial examination system, appointed capable officials, and severely punished corrupt bureaucrats. As a result, the political situation stabilized and the economy flourished. Emperor Wen also revised the legal system, abolishing many cruel punishments. However, he often failed to follow the laws he had enacted, impulsively ordering executions out of anger. This put the officials of the Ministry of Justice, Dali Court, in a difficult position. One of the most principled officials in the judicial system was Zhao Chua, the Vice Minister of Justice, Dali Shaoqing. He believed that upholding the law was his duty and often argued directly with the emperor to ensure justice. Zhao Chua defies the emperor's execution orders. One day, Emperor Wen banned the use of counterfeit currency. Soon after, two men in Daxing, the capital, now Xi'an, Shanxi province, were caught exchanging counterfeit coins for real ones and brought before the authorities. When Emperor Wen heard about the case, he flew into a rage and ordered their execution. Zhao Chua, upon receiving the decree, immediately rushed to the palace to plead for their lives. He said, "These two men violated the imperial decree, but according to the law, their punishment should only be a flogging, not execution." Impatiently, Emperor Wen replied, "This is my command. It has nothing to do with you." Zhao Chua argued, "Your Majesty appointed me as a judicial officer. If I remain silent while an unlawful execution is ordered, then I am failing in my duty." Angrily, Emperor Wen retorted, "Do you think you can shake a mighty tree? If not, step aside." Zhao Chua replied firmly, "I am only trying to persuade your Majesty to reconsider, not to shake a mighty tree." Emperor Wen, still irritated, snapped, "Are you trying to challenge the authority of the Son of Heaven? Despite the emperor's intimidation, Zhao Chua remained resolute. No matter how much the emperor scolded or threatened him, he refused to leave. Finally, frustrated, Emperor Wen stormed into the inner palace. Later, after other officials also submitted petitions urging mercy, the emperor revoked the execution order. Zhao Chua's life at stake. On another occasion, an official named Xian Dan was accused of practicing illegal superstitious rituals. Enraged, Emperor Wen ordered Xian Dan's execution. Zhao Chua once again opposed the decree, saying, "Xian Dan's crime does not warrant the death penalty. I cannot carry out this order." This time, Emperor Wen became even more furious, shaking with anger as he bellowed, "If you insist on defending Xian Dan, then you will lose your own life as well." He ordered the guards to drag Zhao Chua out of the court, strip him of his official robes, and prepare him for execution. Even as he was being led away, Zhao Chua remained calm and declared, "Your Majesty can kill me, but you should not kill Xian Dan unjustly." As the execution was about to proceed, Emperor Wen hesitated. Realizing that killing Zhao Chua was completely unreasonable, he sent a messenger to ask, "Do you have any last words?" Kneeling straight-backed, Zhao Chua replied, "I am committed to upholding the law. I do not fear death." Seeing his unwavering integrity, the emperor decided to spare his life. The next day, he even sent an envoy to console Zhao Chua. The case of Lai Kuang. Among the judicial officials was Lai Kuang, an opportunist who wanted to curry favor with Emperor Wen. Seeing that the emperor was often displeased with Zhao Chua, Lai Kuang submitted a petition criticizing Zhao Chua for being too lenient in enforcing the law. The emperor, pleased with Lai Kuang's submission, promoted him. Feeling emboldened, Lai Kuang went further, falsely accusing Zhao Chua of accepting bribes and releasing prisoners illegally. Although Emperor Wen disliked Zhao Chua's strictness, he was not fully convinced by the accusation. To verify the claim, he sent trusted officials to investigate. When the investigation revealed that Lai Kuang's accusations were fabricated, Emperor Wen was enraged and immediately ordered Lai Kuang's execution. He even assigned Zhao Chua to handle the case, believing that since Lai Kuang had targeted Zhao Chua would have no objections to his execution. However, to everyone's surprise, Zhao Chua still insisted. Lai Kuang is guilty, but his crime does not deserve the death penalty. Emperor Wen, exasperated, stormed out of court. As he was leaving, Zhao Chua called after him, "Your Majesty, I have other urgent matters to report." Believing this to be true, Emperor Wen reluctantly allowed Zhao Chua into the inner palace. Once inside, Zhao Chua knelt and spoke solemnly, "I have 3 great offenses that require punishment. As Vice Minister of Justice, I failed to supervise my subordinates properly, leading to Lai Kuang's misconduct. I should have argued harder to prevent Lai Kuang's execution, as his crime does not justify death. I deceived Your Majesty by requesting an audience under false pretenses simply because I was anxious to make my case." Hearing this, Emperor Wen could not help but laugh. Even Empress Dugu, who was present, admired Zhao Chua's honesty and ordered the servants to bring him wine as a reward. Ultimately, Emperor Wen reduced Lai Kuang's punishment from execution to exile. Emperor Wen's strict discipline on his own sons. Learning from the downfall of Qin Shi Bao, Emperor Wen emphasized frugality and strictly punished extravagance and corruption, even among his own sons. When his son, Prince Qin, Yang Jun, secretly built a lavish palace, Emperor Wen stripped him of his title and placed him under house arrest. Officials pleaded for leniency, arguing that Yang Jun's only fault was excessive spending. Even the Chancellor, Yang Su, supported a lighter punishment. Emperor Wen replied, "I am the ruler of the empire, not just a father to my sons. The law applies to all. Are you suggesting that I should create a separate set of laws for my children?" This silenced the officials. Emperor Wen also reprimanded his eldest son, Crown Prince Yang Yong, for his lavish lifestyle. Since ancient times, no extravagant ruler has ever enjoyed a long reign. As the future emperor, you must practice frugality. The rise of Yang Guang and the fall of Sui. However, his second son, Yang Guang, future Emperor Yang of Sui, was far more cunning. He pretended to be frugal and humble, earning the trust of Emperor Wan and Empress Dugu. With the support of Chancellor Yang Su, Yang Guang successfully convinced his father to depose Yang Yong and make him the new crown prince. It was only when Emperor Wan fell seriously ill that he realized Yang Guang's true nature, cruel and ambitious. He attempted to reinstate Yang Yong, but it was too late. Shortly after, Yang Guang seized power, killed his father, and ascended the throne as Emperor Yang of Sui, one of China's most infamous tyrants.